The truck door slammed, dust swirling under my boots as I stared at a steel gate blocking my driveway, chained shut with 3 padlocks like a fortress. This was my land, not a military base. Yet there stood Patricia Hayes, HOA president, clipboard in hand, smirking like she'd just seized my property. I'd barely been back 10 minutes from a Nevada rally, still amped from crushing cars, when this hit me. My blood surged. Patricia pointed to a sign, private HOA access only. The road I'd paved myself a decade ago, leading to my house and Behemoth, my custom monster truck. She waved like it was a friendly visit, not a takeover. This wasn't just HOA nonsense, it was war, and Patricia had picked the wrong fight. I stood, fist tight, grappling with the madness. While I'd been racing, the HOA had secretly voted to gate my private road, claiming Behemoth's ugly presence broke their rules. Patricia cited bylaws, saying my truck tires taller than her car, paint job blazing ruined the neighborhood's elegance. I'd built Behemoth from nothing, every boat my own. I showed her my deed, proving the road was mine, but she threatened trespassing fines. She called the gate a beautification move against visual trash, her voice smug, untouchable. I drove to a gas station for signal and called the county. They confirmed my ownership, but legal action would take weeks. The sheriff offered only a report, urging a civil fix. I checked into a motel, stunned. Patricia had always been a pest nagging about fence heights or a dusty gravel, but this was tyranny. A neighbor sent HOA chat screenshots, Patricia crowed, calling me a grease monkey who thought his monster rigged rude. She ended, not now. Next day, I faced Patricia at the gate, sipping tea like a dictator. She said the gate stayed until dignity returned. I laughed at the insanity. Her cronies, including a guy who'd find someone for wrong shrubs, nodded. My deed was irrelevant until their legal team checked it. What team? The HOA couldn't fix curbs. I called Jake, an old army body-turned lawyer, and sent him gate photos and documents. He was livid the gate was illegal, built on fake easement claims. He filed a county complaint, but it a drag. I was still locked out. In my storage unit, Behemoth loomed, a 12,000-pound symbol of defiance. If Patricia thought locks could stop me, she didn't know power. I gathered evidence, trail cams caught her guards on my land, footage showed landscapers dumping soil on my driveway for greening. I prepped Behemoth fresh oil, tires checked. Patricia thought I'd fold. She didn't know I tackled worse in desert races. This was my fight, and she'd regret it. At the county clerk's, Jake exposed Patricia's lies. My plat map proved the road was mine, yet I was trapped by her rules. A news van caught Patricia at the gate, preaching about community standards and rogue trucks. She'd made me the villain. I stepped up, deed in hand, and told the camera the gate was illegal. Keep your HOA on your land, I said. The clip went viral, sparking HOA horror stories. Patricia slapped me with $3,000 in fines for aesthetic violations. Legally empty, but meant to break me. I printed evidence, building a case. A neighbor, Sam, gave me footage of landscapers trespassing, one saying, "Patricia wants this green for her picnic." Jake called it a slam dunk. Patricia's newsletter branded me an outsider harming property values. But kids asked about Behemoth, one joking if I'd smashed the gate. Maybe, I said. Jake said the county would inspect soon and probe HOA funds. Patricia had misused cash, labeling the gate drainage. She hosted a reclamation picnic at the gate, toasting with loyalists. My drone recorded it, bolstering my case. The inspector's visit was set for Saturday. I planned to roll in with Behemoth, cameras on. Patricia could fake papers, not steal. I barely slept, adrenaline raging. At 5 a.m., I opened the storage unit. Behemoth roared, shaking the lot. I checked cameras and loudspeaker. This was about truth. No HOA could steal my land. At 7 a.m., I reached the property. Patricia had added beams and locks to the gate, standing with a latte and a fake cop, Tom, in a security badge. I stopped Behemoth, engine snarling, and said, "This is my land. Clear out in 60 seconds. Patricia screamed I was trespassing. Tom tried blocking me but fled when I revved. Neighbors filmed, some cheering. Cameras rolling, I inched Behemoth forward. The gate groaned, beams buckling, locks snapping. Patricia shrieked as it collapsed. Behemoth roared over it, crushing HOA decor. I honked, a victory roar. I handed Patricia a complaint and cease and desist, saying, "Sheriff's coming." I drove home, reclaiming my land. The sheriff and Inspector, Lisa, arrived. Lisa smacked at the wreckage, grilled Patricia, who flailed. The sheriff nodded, they crossed the line. The footage hit 1 million views online. Most cheered Behemoth's justice. Patricia cried vandalism, but my filings crushed her. A sign appeared, Patricia's gate, crushed by Behemoth, RIP. The gate's ruins drew crowds. Patricia went silent, blinds shut. A county report named her in violations, threatening HOA powers. She emailed about buffer foliage, targeting my land. I returned her survey flags, wrong lot. I hosted a legal barbecue, Behemoth circling my land in a freedom lap. Neighbors cheered, kids chanting, "Not Patricia, Behemoth." Patricia watched, defeated. The sheriff handed me an HOA violation notice. Patricia's fund misuse was fined. A new president, Emma, withdrew my fines and held a transparent meeting. Patricia's house went for sale, she was moving to another gated community. Passing her parking, her eyes showed defeat. That night, I sat by Behemoth, stars bright, my land calm. I'd won for all against bullies like Patricia. Behemoth had spoken, her gate was gone, her rules dead. I was home, ready for any fight she'd dare start. The truck door slammed, dust swirling under my boots as I stared at a steel gate blocking my driveway, chain shut with 3 padlocks like a fortress. This was my land, not a military base. Yet there stood Patricia Hayes, HOA president, clipboard in hand, smirking like she'd just seized my property. I'd barely been back 10 minutes from a Nevada rally, still amped from crushing cars, when this hit me. My blood surged. Patricia pointed to a sign, "Private HOA access only." The road I'd paved myself a decade ago, leading to my house and Behemoth, my custom monster truck. She waved like it was a friendly visit, not a takeover. This wasn't just HOA nonsense, it